home of the Clockers. Today's 2024 MIAA Division III Boys Round of 16 matchup features the 12th-seeded Dighton-Rehoboth Falcons and the 5th-seeded Ashland Walkers. Remind everyone that the high school sports are an extension of the educational experience, and tonight's contest is an opportunity for these student athletes to showcase their skills, dedication, and teamwork. Be sure that your behavior reflects the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Please show your appreciation by showing great sportsmanship and respect.
I don't know, I guess they probably said we can't give you like a total full blessing, so Heather and I will like you can play, like meaning we will like take all the precautions
and respect for all of those in attendance.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So be loud, be proud, but be positive.
If he gets hurt again, they're like screw you, we're not gonna, you know what I mean? They're ready. Yeah. For the first one, I just feel bad because he was all excited this morning, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna lose. I'd like to be able to play.
You've been here before in your team?
Yes.
So he's been
All I
here.
want to give him is like 20 minutes. Like,
I believe this was his team that, I think Brian Scalabrine started.
I don't know, yeah.
That's the old Celtic, Brian Scalabrine, I think his daughter.
Anyway, I'm not really came for him. I just feel bad, you know.
It might be Dover. No, that's Sherwood.
Ruby and you.
But yeah, these are the clockers. I always love them.
I said, this is great that you feel good and they're telling you you're making progress. I'm like, do you have a note? Like, do you have like something official that says like you're clearing the progress? Because if you don't, this is the longest freaking speeches I've ever seen. I don't know.
Right, they're not hot.
The gym is.
He's been going to physical therapy. They're like, you're making great progress. He's like, I feel fine.
What? This is quiet.
Tell which one he is from the hand.
Good evening, everyone. From the top of the plateau here at William Cunnis Field, I am Daniel Vetzi, and beside me is Josh Abrams. WACA-TV is excited to present to you Ashland Boys Varsity Soccer versus Dighton-Rehoboth. The Falcons go into round 16 of the MIAA Division III playoffs, Josh. All tournament we've seen lower seeds come out really hot, really fast, and put a lot of pressure on these top seeds. Do you expect to see that again tonight?
Well, if you're talking like lower seeds, like the higher number, the lower number, Clockers are favorite tonight, right? They're the home team. They're the higher seed, right? Number 5 versus number 12 for Dighton-Rehoboth. And, I was talking to Coach Moto before the game. He's excited. He thinks his guys have got this one. But that last game, right, was a little tight, a little uncomfortable. They did win 1-0, but hoping for more offense tonight.
Yeah, that game was played this Monday, it was 1-0, as he just said. Arthur Souza, the striker's single goal. It was off of a free kick from the left side of the field, curled it in near the bottom. Struggling all game to find that final shot, but he finally did, and when the team needed him, he came through. Right,
so the Clockers able to escape Groton Dunstable 1-0 on Monday night, and here we are tonight against the number 12 Dighton-Rehoboth Falcons, and Clockers in their home blues, right, tops and bottoms. The Falcons coming in all white. Looks like Falcons will be starting tonight going from left to right across your screen or your radio dial if you're listening in on our internet radio station. Glad to have you with us here on a warmer than expected fall evening here on the plateau.
To kick off for the Falcons will be Benjamin Miller, and we are underway at the plateau. Most likely going to see them try to hold possession and push forward in this first couple minutes of the game, but quickly giving it away to this Clockers team.
Okay, so a throw in for the Clockers from the far sideline. Long throw in headed aside by the Falcons. Clockers regain possession. That was an interesting play. That was fun to watch. Like, try to find a streaking, who do we have there? 17, Keyshawn Graham, of course, right? The speedster. But all for naught, keeper for the Falcons nullified that one. Clockers regained possession around midfield now.
Good save for Brennan Silva wearing that neon yellow jersey, playing goalkeeper for the Falcons. On the other side, as usual, Seaborn Feenstra is going to play the first half. Most likely see Mikey Flynn in the second, but right now Feenstra is out on the field.
Yeah, nobody's going to miss Silva in that neon yellow getup. Holy cow. A little worried we might mistake him for a ref. But no, that's extra bright neon for that keeper.
Franco tries to push it up the field, and Draper has a good amount of time and decides to kick it out of bounds. A little miscommunication with Feenstra.
Yeah, he had plenty of time there to track that one down, opted to just kick it out of bounds. So a decent opportunity here for the Falcons early on. Just about a minute and a half gone by here in the first half. Long throw-in attempt right at the box, headed aside by the Clockers, trying to get out of the box now, tied up, back up top, right up the middle. Here's a shot on goal, knocked aside by the Clocker D, headed aside by Keyshawn, and just booted well out of bounds, almost into the bleachers. So throw-in here for the Falcons.
Quickly back into play, and Keyshawn Graham will win that one, drilling around the defender with one step.
Yeah, Keyshawn did a really nice job breaking that one up.
Looks like his shin guard came out. Just got to put that back in. As the Falcons look to switch the field here, ball has been won by Bailey Fong, and he's going to try to play up the middle towards Souza.
Yeah, having watched this Clocker team a little bit this year, I finally am starting to stop looking at the ball and I was just watching Souza go flying up the field, flanked by a couple of Falcon defenders. So they're not able to find him that time, but it's something to keep an eye on throughout the game tonight.
Yeah, the Clockers love to just go up the middle to these through ball passes, particularly to Souza, but sometimes they'll throw in towards Graham or Noah Ramsey on that right side. Here's another one towards Souza.
That was Jacob trying to find him.
The thing is, they got to put it in behind the defense and not right at his feet, because then he doesn't have to dribble through.
So this is, Daniel, correct if I'm wrong. I mean, you were here. I only watched some of the game on TV. It seemed like that was the Clockers' challenge on Monday night. They just could not break through that last line of defense.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. They were doing everything very good, but the last shot, the last touch that they needed to get on goal, or the last pass, they just could not find it.
Falcons trying to set up on the far corner, taken away by the Clocker D, breaking up the far sideline, but right off the first defender he had to beat. So out of bounds will be a Clocker throw-in, and they're turning it over very quickly. Okay, so here come the Clockers right up the field. And then booted aside.
Hunter Meggs, the captain, coming out with that one. Fight to keep the ball on the ground. Eventually won by the Falcons. Michael Lopez seems to be playing that defensive midfield position where that number 6 really dictating where the ball is going to go in the midfield for the Falcons. We'll see if the Clockers are able to disrupt that. Here's Ramsey. Ramsey gives it away to Lopez. And here's Ramsey down the right flank. He's going to try to dribble past that left back, but left back is too fast.
Was an attempted slide tackle there?
Yeah, he tried to win the ball back right after. Unfortunately, could not.
Got deflected by a Clocker as the Falcons tried a clearing pass. Here's Keyshawn now, dumping it to Jacob. Jacob, the centering attempt here to Carvalho. Broken up by the Falcons here on the near sideline, and they're going to move up the field. Dances past Keyshawn. Jacob and Keyshawn kind of like 2-on-1 there, able to break that one up very nicely. Back up the middle, miss shot there for Andre Costa. Falcons regain control, and they're into the Clocker zone.
Lucas Arjona will try to clear this one away, but still going to stay in Falcon possession as they try to hold it and force something up the middle right there.
I saw Lucas's parents before the game, and they were very busy giving out the link on WACA on YouTube to family across the country and around the world, so I'm hoping they're going to be checking in later tonight here on the chat. It could be from San Diego and Colombia, I believe. Play continues here on the far side of the field. Falcons come away with it. Centering pass. A little too fancy of footwork, but I think they're going to call a foul here against the Clockers.
Yeah, got tripped up just by the slightest by Felipe de Carvalho. So a free kick for the Falcons at basically the 25-yard line. So most likely going to have to take a pass on this free kick.
Puts it right in on net. Beautiful save, incredible. Sebring comes up huge, almost pinning the ball to the crossbar. Well played.
Well, looks like I was wrong on that one. He went right for the net, and he almost scored the opening goal just a couple minutes into this game.
So I was talking to Coach Moda before the game. He had mentioned that the Falcons have one significant scorer on the team, and he's the one that gets set up constantly. He takes a lot of shots, and the rest of the team really sets him up. He didn't mention the player by name, and I didn't think to ask. That was probably him. Incredible shot right on net and almost found the back of the net. But play continues here, no score, 33 minutes to go in the first half. Clockers trying to put something together here on offense. Haven't been able to break through that final line of defense yet tonight.
Arjona back up the field, a nice give and go.
Happened right in front of that side judge. He made a quick call, that one went out of bounds. So a turnover here, Falcons throw in, and then turn it right back over to the Clockers.
Ramsey will inbound, aiming towards Souza. That one just too short. And cleared away by these Falcons, but looks like Thiago Jacob might be able to get onto that one, although speedy attacker from the Falcons, that being Aiden Mirando.
Okay, interesting call there. I think everybody thought that was going to be Ashland ball, but the side judge called it for the Falcons, so this will be inbounded here. Want to say hello to Andrew Graham, watching from Canada, checking in here on the YouTube chat. Good to have you with us, Andrew. And no big surprise there. His favorite player? Robert Graham's favorite player?
Keyshawn Graham.
Keyshawn Graham, his son. So good to have you with us. I had mentioned Columbia earlier. Oh, here's a break down the near sideline. Took a friendly hop here for Sousa. For Keyshawn, make that. And his shot from the near side gets blocked aside by the keeper. So the first really good bang-bang opportunity for the Clockers gets pushed aside, but it does lead to a corner kick here.
And it looks like Andre Costa is going to take this one. Instead going short. He scored 2 Olympico goals in his career already. Decides to play it short to Felipe. Play on, says the referees, and the Falcons will start to move it up the field.
Good play there by the Clockers to force a turnover there by the Falcons. Play continues here. Just about 31 minutes to go in the first half. And this one gets headed back to the Falcon keeper. by the way, Andrew is predicting a 3-0 win for the Clockers tonight.
That's pretty bold.
I'm also seeing that Carrie Turner, our good friend from Technoplex Healthcare here in Ashland, has just checked in on the chat. So, Carrie, good to see you. I thought you were only watching football games this year, so good to have you here for playoff boys soccer on WACA. Here's Noah Ramsey streaking toward the corner, but just too much English on that pass as it sails out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in here for the Falcons.
It was a miscommunication between Fong and Ramsey. Fong wanted to play it towards the outside. Ramsey made the run going in. Miscommunication, ball ends up in Falcons' hands.
Clockers quickly get the ball back, trying to work things out on the near sideline, but kicked out of bounds. Another throw in here for the Falcons. Good battle there right at midfield. The Falcons had come away with it, but we get the whistle, and it will be a foul against the Falcons. Free ball kick here for the Clockers.
Lucas Arjona telling his team to push up the field. And to serve this one right towards the edge of the box.
Yeah, Daniel, we've certainly been on top of the press box for some windy ones, but very little wind here so far tonight. For a moment, it looked like that ball had eyes, but gets headed out of danger by the Falcons, and they push the ball into the Clocker end, but gathered in here by the Clockers, but now blocked aside. This one's going to go rolling out of bounds as Sebring, the keeper, make sure it doesn't fall into Falcon hands. So it'll be a Clocker ball here.
So we talked a little bit about how the Clockers got here with their 1-0 win against Ron Dunstable. Let's talk a little bit about the Falcons. So the Falcons came in with a regular season record of 10-2-5. They have the 12th seed. They had a bye just like the Clockers, and they beat Archbishop Williams at home 2-1. So that's how they got here. The winner of this game will play the winner of Dedham versus Old Rochester Regional.
The Clockers trying to make something happen deep in the Falcon end. Oh, had a turnover there for a moment, but the whistle goes against the Clockers as we go under 29 minutes left in the first half. Falcons have got a free ball here. And yeah, Daniel, I mean, I was noticing as doing the research for the game tonight, just so much symmetry between these two teams in terms of, I mean, the records are pretty close. They both had first round byes. They both won their first playoff game by a goal. And that's what brings them both here tonight on the plateau. You had mentioned the winner of tonight's game will face the winner of Dedham Old Rochester. That Dedham's at number 4, Old Rochester at number 13. Those two teams play Saturday morning at 11 a.m. So whoever wins tonight, whoever wins Saturday, they will not be playing until Tuesday at the earliest. But we'll keep you posted on the schedule, pending this game as well as the Saturday morning game between Dedham and Old Rochester. A little bit of a scramble there in front of the Falcon net. Clockers trying to get control of midfield. A delay whistle, but a whistle nonetheless, and this one's going to go in favor of the Clockers. So, yeah, kind of interesting. It's starting to feel a little, the Falcons feel a little discombobulated. I feel like they're starting to, kind of chase after the ball here a little bit. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah, well, they came out of the gates very strong, putting the pressure on the Clockers, but just like you said, the past couple of minutes, they start to fold a little bit, giving some opportunities towards the Clocker. As Souza is going to leave the shot for Keyshawn Graham, and that one was a field goal, but a wrong time.
So, yeah, if he was here tomorrow night for football against Brookline, that would have been 3 points. But, again, another excellent offensive opportunity here for the Clockers. Relatively early, still in the first half, just under 27 minutes to go. No score between the Falcons and your Clockers.
Ball is played to Viveros. He pushes it up the field, looking for Miller in out of bounds. And Miller will take the throw in pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was Hunter Meigs with a heads-up defensive play. Clockers catch a break there as number 21, Henry Murdoch, a junior, had a really good opportunity on that and just wound up kicking it right into the keeper. So Clockers try to clear. Near sideline, headed out of bounds by the Falcons. Clockers will get a throw in. And that's going to be Tiago Jacob taking the throw in for the Clockers.
Daniel Turner, in playing that striker position, immediately gets fouled.
It was a blatant foul. All 5 fingers, a full hand shoved to the ground. So clocker ball here. Free kick for Andre Costa. Looks like he may try to bend this one toward the net. It's up, it's high, and it's right in on keeper. Makes the save. So 25.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Still no score. Falcons are going to try and come out of their own end.
Normally, you'd probably want a lefty taking that so it bends into where the players are running into instead of away towards the goalkeeper, but not a lot of lefties on this Clockers team. Costa, very familiar with free kicks, so they elect him to go with it, even though he's a righty. Draper will clear it out of harm's way.
Got a little worried there. The ball got played by Hunter Miggs. It looked like it came very close to a handball. But no call. Play continues. Clockers have it on the far sideline, looking to set something up. Thinking. Push the ball back. Reset a little bit. DeCavallo has it. Now to the wing here for Jacob. Trying to put it in on net. Blocked aside by the Falcon defense. Keyshawn just a step too late getting in there, but it will be Clocker ball on a throw-in on the near sideline, relatively deep in the Falcon end.
Yeah, we saw it last game on Monday. Both teams really able to get the throw-ins far towards the box, although Jacob elects to go short on that one. The width of this field is very short compared to the size of Ashland Middle School, so players feeling confident in their throws, getting them far into the box.
Okay, a little surprised there that the judge on the far end of the field just called that one out of bounds. It didn't seem to be his call, but the call stands, and we are going to get a few substitutions here, Daniel. I can't quite make out all these numbers, but I see 11 jogging off.
Yeah, that's Felipe jogging off, one of the captains of this team. Onto the field, 13, Tyler Pena.
Here's Daniel Turner putting on some good forechecking here. Just seems like he's got a really nice burst of speed. I mean, not Keyshawn speed, but fast nonetheless. That was the other thing that Coach Tiago Mota had mentioned in pregame, is that this Falcon team is very fast.
Yep.
And I said to him, well, for the games I've seen, your guys seem pretty quick too. They can move the ball very, very well, both teams so far tonight. So just over 23 minutes to go in the half, still no score. Falcons will get a throw in on the far sideline.
Up the field goes the ball, and Jamie Draper running onto a headed out of bounds. So the Falcons will continue with their throw-ins as quick.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are really playing up-tempo, especially on those throw-ins, Daniel.
Yep. And there's Lopez, Michael Lopez, just dribbling through the field, playing that CDM position. The header towards the box is no problem for Feenstra, as he's able to let it bounce right into his hands.
Yeah, it really looked there like the Falcons had. I know a set piece comes after a stoppage, but that looked like a diagrammed play. I mean, all of a sudden I looked up and saw that they had that player open on the near side of the field by the net, and fortunately for the Clockers, able to break that one up. So here comes Keyshawn Graham flying down the near sideline, looking for help. Good dribbling. Oh, a miscommunication there. He was trying to hand off to a teammate.
Fong's going to play it towards Daniel Turner, just too high.
Back to Keyshawn.
And here's Costa looking for that through ball. Again, just too far. Looking like that last pass is not going to be there once again, just like it was so many times last game.
Absolutely. We do have a player new to the roster, at least for our roster, that with 31 is out there, Daniel D'Olivria. I cannot pronounce it. I apologize to his family there. But number 31, he's a sophomore. And D'Oliveira, thank you. Definitely, he was getting some key playing time here. We'll see how this plays out. And while we have the stoppage, do want to check in with our with our fans here on the chat on YouTube. Charlene Manning checking in, says, "Let's go Clockers," and watching my nephew Lucas.
Lucas Arjona.
So, Charlene, I was talking to your family earlier before the game. Are you checking in from San Diego, Columbia? Let us know. Play continues here. A ball, deep ball into the Falcon end.
Here's Daniel Turner with an opportunity to score. Oh, so close, but Brennan Silva just came out, took it right from him. Looked like a really promising moment for Daniel Turner.
Absolutely. Clockers continue to push the ball into the Falcon end. The ball definitely seems to be spending more time in the Clocker offensive end than the defensive end so far tonight, as we tick down to about 20 minutes to go here in the first half. No score.
Hunter Meggs wins the battle in the air, but still bouncing. Pena's trying to take it back. But in the end, it's going to be possession and a great turn for the Falcons.
Franco, yep, go ahead.
Yeah, looking for a through ball, and Hunter Meggs is just going to try to shield it out of bounds. It looks like he touched it, and a corner kick given to the Falcons.
Yeah, Hunter was doing his best to shield the ball and try and just let that one roll out of bounds to go off a Falcon, but unfortunately did touch it on its way across the goal line. So corner kick here for the Falcons. Really good opportunity here in a no-score game.
And it's Jonathan Franco with that right foot, gonna curl it towards that back post. Onto the ground, the shot off the volley is in for an early goal. Unbelievable, Benjamin Miller opening it up, a senior.
Yeah, it's a line drive corner kick deflected right in front by Miller and in for the goal. So Falcons get on the board first with 19:15 to go in the first half.
The Clockers are going to try to open things back up. The one thing they can't do is get stunned here. They need to bring the pressure right back, hopefully get a quick equalizer as Hunter Meggs trying to fight for a good bounce on the ball and gives it away.
So the Clockers have been putting pressure on offense all night, better than what we saw in their first playoff game Monday night, but get burned on that defensive mishap. Leads to a corner kick and leads to the Falcon goal. Clockers down 1-0 here in the first half.
Arjona's going to look to put it right back up the field, looking towards Daniel Turner, headed out of bounds. Nope, kept in bounds, actually. Noah Ramsey looking for the cross towards Turner. And Costa's going to take his time to regain possession. Arjona went with a long shot. No problem for Brendan Silva.
I wasn't sure if that was a direct shot or if that was an attempted pass. Certainly pass is too long. It's a couple times now where it seems like they've just kind of misfired these, what I would assume are long passes that turn into long shots that are just eaten up by the keeper.
The same thing was happening last game on Monday. That's why they were having so much trouble finding that last opportunity. Here's Costa. That one got taken away from him, so it'll stay Clocker ball.
So, of course, Andrew Graham has checked back in on the chat, letting us know his prediction has gone by the wayside. He had predicted a 3-0 win for the Clockers. So, Andrew, what do you think? 3-1 now, Clockers? Let us know. Here's a shot on goal, but eaten up once again by the Falcon keeper. Clockers off to regroup and try again. Clockers doing a great job, that forechecking pressure in the offensive end, but Falcons break it. Clockers kick it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in right around midfield here for the Falcons. 17 minutes and counting here in the first half.
The Falcons are doing a really good job stringing passes together on the counterattack, moving at an extremely fast pace. No matter what seed, what division you are, that's very hard to stop.
Daniel Turner continue to put some great pressure in the offensive end. Hasn't turned anything just yet. Oh, misplay
with the mishand. Miller almost had his second of the game.
May have to start calling him the cardiac kid. He's giving everybody here a heart attack on that one. Went up for the save right through the hands and almost disaster for the Clockers. Does lead to a throw-in from the far end by the Falcons. Still loose in front of the box. Clockers trying to get it out, and they do.
Falcons players were claiming for a handball, but the referee, no response from that.
Yep.
Costa's going to switch the field. Here's Keyshawn Graham trying to keep it in bounds, but the touch was too big. So I know it's early in the game, but looks like Sebring Feenstra's a tiny bit shaky. Do you think that Tiago Mota's thinking at all about putting Mikey Flynn into the game? Mikey played amazing, helped seal the win last time.
Yeah, I mean, we are expecting the substitution to happen in the second half to bring Mikey Flynn in. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's really just 1-0, and Sebring has come up with a couple of big saves. Again, he does look a little bit shaky, especially on that last one where he went up for the save and went off his hands. But about 15 minutes to go here in the first half. I think he'll stick around for the rest of the half at least.
Here's Andre Costa with plenty of space, looking for a through ball, but wasn't running in behind.
Falcons not panicking. Again, really good short passes here to get out of trouble, and this one's going to get pushed down the near sideline and roll out of bounds. Clocker throw in. And that one will be taken by Tiago Jacob. Get a whistle here as we bring in a substitution for the Clockers. Falcons coming in tonight with a relatively short bench. 22 players total on the roster. And I believe, let me check my notes, 13 out of 22 are seniors, 5 juniors. So 18 out of 22 are upperclassmen. Play continues here, 14 and a half minutes to go in the half. Clockers down 1-0. Falcons looking for more, throwing it far down the field here on the near sideline. Grabbed by Feenstra, rolls it out, reversing field.
So the substitution that just took place is going to be Kyle Costa coming in for number 8, Bailey Fong.
Clockers try to just force it right through the middle, and the Falcons stop that. Falcons trying to push deeper into the Ashland zone. Clockers break it up again. Another attempt at the middle of the field. Couple of headers. Falcons come up with it.
Jonathan Franco still working.
Okay, working on the far side now.
Franco had the assist off of the corner kick.
Off for Miller, yeah.
A slight deflection off the leg of Graham, and that one's going to get cleared out of bounds.
So as much as we were saying, Daniel, before that goal by the Falcons they were scrambling a little bit in the defensive end, chasing the ball. But now it seems like momentum has shifted, and it seems like now the Clockers are the ones that are a step short, that are kind of chasing after the ball, a step too late.
This might help right here. Arthur Souza comes back in for Daniel Turner. Turner played some amazing minutes, putting the pressure on those Falcons defenders. Some very valuable minutes right there. Arjona to take the free kick once again. Pena's going to look to switch the field towards Costa. Jacob's going to hold it on that line. It's a good touch from Souza, and Costa has a little bit of space. Regains it.
Had a little trouble getting a handle there. Falcons are able to come away with it.
Advantage towards the Falcons. They let that Costa foul go. Mirando down that far side of your screen.
Tiago better watch that guy behind him. That number 11 is just kind of sneaking in by the Falcons. They tried to find him there. That was Jonathan Franco. As you mentioned, he had the assist on the 1 goal so far tonight. And Tiago had his back to him. You always have to keep an eye out for that trailer.
Looks like every player stops for a split second, and Graham took advantage of that. Tiago Jacob with plenty of space in front of him. Sousa's calling for the ball, but it's just too far. That was not the right play. Should have kept going straight in, looked for the pass towards Ramsey, or take the shot himself.
So taking a look at the chat, and I see that fellow WACA announcer Brian Syatt checking in. Brian and his daughter Sammy were announcing last night's volleyball game as Girls won their playoff game last night. It was an exciting one, 3-1, as they took care of Newburyport, number 22. The Ashland girls are ranked number 8 in Division III. They won 3-1, and they'll be back at it tomorrow night at top-seeded Weston at 5:45. But back to the game at hand here. Boys soccer against the Falcons of Dighton-Rehoboth. Clockers down 1-0 with 11 minutes to go in the first half.
Franco's trying to keep it in bounds, push it up the field, but out of bounds for a throw or a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a little surprising. I don't know, again, Daniel, if that was a miscommunication or what. I mean, he very purposely pushed that one down down that sideline, expecting a teammate to be there, but nobody was there, and that ball just sailed all the way down and out of bounds. So a goal kick here for the Clockers.
Declan Vento and Josh in for the 2 players that subbed out. Here's Vento trying to push it up the field. That one gonna be tough to be kept in bounds, and they say out of bounds. Clockers ball. Jacobs looking to play it quick towards, it looked like it was gonna be Costa, then switches it towards Pena, and Pena switches the field.
Yeah, I don't know if Tiago saw that player when he did that kind of back pass, but eventually does lead to a turnover for the Clockers, a throw-in on the far sideline for the Falcons. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Clockers down 1-0.
Good step up by Declan Vento, but unable to fully win the ball, but right there, won, but back into Falcon possession. Viveros with a big touch. Luckily, Franco's there to keep it in bounds. Playing a dangerous pass into pressure, but composed was Concato, or Concaco.
Definitely have some challenging names for announcers on this Falcon team tonight. Falcons with it now. About 9 minutes to go in the first half. Trying a through ball here, headed aside, but controlled by the Falcons.
Good step up by Tyler Pena. He's going to clear that ball away.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is part of the Clocker strategy tonight or what, but it just seems like a lot of long passes being attempted here tonight. I'm kind of used to the shorter, triangle-type passes the Clockers have been known for the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're sort of going to a kick-and-rush technique in this game. Usually go with the more direct passing up the field. Goal kick is the call. And more substitutions. Looks like it will be Victor Andrade subbing in, as well as Enrique.
There's a long clearing kick by the keeper well past midfield. Falcons have it coming out of a crowd. Got a lead man here, but Hunter Miggs, the equalizer, knocking that one out of bounds to slow down that attempt. So Falcons coming in here for the throw-in deep in the Clocker end, and Zachary Viveros will be taking this one here for the Falcons.
This one played towards the edge of the box, and a shot looked like it might have gotten deflected, but either way, a weak into the hands of Sebern Feenstra. Tried to go up the field towards Josh Steinberg, but again, not a great pass.
Yeah, again, they're just not connecting on these long passes, and I got to wonder how much longer before they try to change strategies going back to the short passes.
Well, I think a big problem is they don't have Keyshawn Graham in right now. Enrique. Here's Victor playing this towards Kyle Costa.
Good touch pass.
Yeah,
Give and go.
Those are the passes we're used to seeing.
Tried to get into Sousa, got knocked aside, headed now twice by the Falcons, blocked aside by the Clockers. To the far sideline now. A little collision, but play continues. Noah Ramsey trying to get the corner. He's still got it. Put on net. Wide open, and Malone all alone is Arthur Souza for the goal, the equalizer, with 6:23 to go in the first half.
Unbelievable. Did you see the determination out of Noah Ramsey to stick with the ball despite the foul? Keeps on going with it in a brilliant cross near that back post, and almost impossible to miss. Played it right on a silver platter for Arthur Souza, getting back-to-back goals in consecutive games.
And certainly much earlier tonight than on Monday night. So
just like that, tied up 1-1, 6.5 minutes left to play in the first half, and the spirit at the Plateau is just livened up about 10 notches.
So here we go, final 6 minutes or so of the first half. Falcons pressing ahead, undeterred by giving up the equalizer there. Jacob gets mauled. Falcons continue pushing on the near sideline. Here's Hunter Meggs looking to make a play.
Goal kick.
Okay.
That was really good by Meggs. It looked like they were starting to lose their formation and defense for a quick second, but Meggs able to hold his ground and keep his composure. Leads to a goal kick for Sebring Feenstra and a timeout on the field.
Okay, so we were expecting a close game, Daniel, and both teams have delivered 1-1 with 5:44 to go in the first half. It's exciting soccer playoff time here in mid-November.
So taking a closer look at both of these teams, the Falcons are first in the South Coast League. They're ranked the 42nd in Massachusetts. On the other hand, Clockers are third in Tri-Valley, ranked 37th in Mass, so very close teams. We've definitely seen it. Both teams going right at each other. Contested game.
And just a reminder, fans, the best way to keep up not just with Ashland boys soccer, but all Clocker sports is the Ashland Athletics Instagram account. Athletic Director Kevin Anderson posts frequently, and his week at a glance schedule's super helpful. You following Ashland Athletics on Instagram?
Absolutely.
Okay. Good stuff. So while we have the timeout here, we'll quickly go around the horn. We had mentioned girls volleyball last night, an exciting 3-1 win over Newburyport to advance against Weston tomorrow night, 5:45 in Weston. Unfortunately, playoff news not as good for other sports here in Ashland, as girls field hockey was eliminated from the playoffs last Saturday, falling to North Middlesex 2-1, and girls soccer eliminated last Sunday, falling to Chicopee Comprehensive High School 1-0. So again, they were both lower ranked teams, but play it tough. And one goal loss is nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, but that one definitely hurt because it went into 2 consecutive overtime periods.
That's right.
Golden goal is played if overtime is needed instead of a traditional 15-minute half. So that one definitely had to hurt. But hopefully this boys team can cheer them up as Victor almost had an opportunity for another goal. Ramsey, the shot got blocked. That one would have went top corner.
10-bell opportunity for the Clockers. And I feel like Turner was the one who made that play happen. Just the burst of speed, went through the line, tried to do kind of a sweep there. Somehow that deflected off a Falcon. I thought that was just Noah's shot going wide, but here's the corner kick.
This one curled in from that left-footed side.
So off the side of the net, out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick here for the Falcons as we tick down under 5 minutes to go in the first half, 1-1. Okay, Falcons get the ball all the way out to midfield, have control at least momentarily. Try to reverse field now to the far side.
Here's Miranda with the ball. Tried to use that L move to cut back and played the ball on the ground for a second. In the end, deflected out of bounds and stays Falcons ball.
Okay, we're getting some expert analysis from the chat as one of our viewers says he thinks they should keep Noah out wide, continue to open things up. That comment by Jeffrey Vetstein. You familiar? Any relation?
I am not, actually. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that is my dad. Yeah, Noah Ramsey usually plays that right wing position. Originally, when he started playing on this varsity team, all the way back in freshman year, they played him at the top number 9 position in the center. But since then, he's evolved into a winger, and that's where they've been using him this season. As a foul on the field in a dangerous free kick opportunity for the Falcons.
Okay, so not what the Clockers wanted after getting the equalizer a few minutes ago. The clock continues to run. We're under 3.5 minutes to go in the first half, and this could be a very good opportunity for the Falcons. So it looks like Henry Murdoch lining up here. He has Ryan Moitoso beside him. Let's see which one of them takes. It's going to be Ryan, left-footed, right in on net, eaten up there by Sebring. So big save there. You know, we thought he looked a little shaky earlier in the half, but he comes up with a big save right there as this ball moves into Falcon territory, and they kick right back into the Clocker end. Falcons had a man for a moment there on the sideline.
And a great play by Tiago Jacob to keep possession of the ball. Substitution, so they'll call that one back.
Tried to do that fast turnaround.
Keyshawn Graham, Andre Costa, Felipe de Carvalho, and Bailey Fong all back in.
Okay, and want to give a quick shout out here to Susan Sinclair, proud grandmother of Hunter Meigs, checking in from the Village in Florida. Susan, I believe that's outside Orlando somewhere, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Village? Let us know when you get a chance, and you got a lot to be proud of. I happen to know Hunter, and he's a great kid. You should be very proud. Play continues here. Body check not called against the Falcons, but the Clockers end up with it, pushing ahead, trying to find Sousa. He was 1-on-2. Ends up with the ball on the far sideline. Play still continues, unfortunately out of bounds off of Arthur. It'll be a throw in here for the Clockers as the scoreboard clock freezes at 2 minutes. They'll keep time on the field the rest of the way for bonus time, or extra time.
Yeah, additional time. So that's when the clock actually isn't official. The official time is kept on the field by the two, or in this case, 3 referees.
Good poke check there by Keyshawn, by the way. Here's Arthur on the near sideline looking for an opening. He's got 2 men, beats 1, gets the ball passing. Nice play here. Clockers moving the ball very well on the offensive end under high pressure. Back to Keyshawn, puts it in on net. Just too far for Noah, who managed to avoid a major collision with the keeper there at the end of the play.
Yeah, really nice spin move from Brennan Silva playing that keeper position.
And I got to tell you, for any of the youth soccer kids watching tonight, that was a clinic in ball movement in the offensive zone.
Here's Fong stepping up, winning the ball back, plays it towards Sousa.
It's a foot race.
Sousa likes to play it on that right foot, passing back towards Costa. Will Costa take the shot? He will. And a great save from Silva out of bounds for a corner kick.
Looked like he even managed to put a little bend into that shot, and keeper only able to knock it aside out of bounds. So a great opportunity here for the Clockers, as I can't make out the number. Can you see who that is? Daniel's going to take the corner here for the Clockers. It's going to be right foot.
Probably Felipe de Carvalho.
It's up in the air toward the box, headed aside off of a Clocker. Controlled. I thought the Falcons would get control, but it's actually the Clockers who have it right now. Keyshawn trying to work that sideline.
Yeah, Keyshawn Graham as
they're going to say it went off. Oh, is that?
Yeah, that'll be halftime.
So busy watching the play, I didn't even realize that was the whistle for the half. So, whew, what a first half, Daniel. We're going to end up here at 1-1. What do you think?
Well, both teams going head-to-head with each other, just like we thought, despite Dighton being a slightly lower seed. We've seen all tournament lower seeds have come in hot. Clockers found their way back into this game with a great play from Noah Ramsey and Arthur Sousa. It's going to be interesting to see what the Clockers will do with their goalkeeper position now that Feenstra seem to settle down. Will they keep him in, or will they sub Mikey Flinnan, who played amazing on Monday? We'll just have to find out in the next couple of minutes.
Okay, so we'll see what happens with the goalkeeper. We'll see if the Clockers change any kind of strategy with how they're doing, how they're passing, how they're attacking in the offense. Stories yet to be written in the second half. We're going to take a quick break here on the plateau. For Daniel Vetstein, I'm Josh Abrams saying grab a cold drink, grab a snack. We'll see you back here for second half action. Ashland boys varsity soccer on WACA.
times where I go because the parents were invited onto the field, I guess. And then she said, "Let me check," and she's, "Oh, it's next week." So I was gonna go there. I told Dave, I said I can't go. But yeah, Renee's working, Sam was out. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go. 16 in 2 days.
those things that
Oh, really?
I had wrong.
Yeah.
So it's things that probably a lot of people have, but you never know it. But you never had your stomach x-rayed, or you haven't had certain tests.
Is your breathing okay? Is your breathing okay?
Yeah. I did have a pacemaker implant.
Yeah.
That's because I have these like varicose veins in my stomach,
Yeah.
and they don't want them to rupture.
Yeah.
So they put me on a beta blocker to reduce the pressure. But it would bring my heart rate down to about 30.
Yeah.
So they gave me this to keep my heart rate at least at 50.
Yeah.
So
That happened to me. I was on a beta blocker. Just had my normal regular checkup. My heart rate was 40. And the doc's like, we can't have you on this. Your heart rate can't be 40. That was back when I was in shape, though. I was about 185 pounds.
yeah.
So it's 0-0, 20 minutes to go.
David, who they playing?
Pembroke. 0-0, 20 minutes left in the game. Midfield Pembroke.
We just beat them in football.
Pembroke?
All right, we are back for second half action here at WACA-TV Ashland Soccer Boys Varsity. Currently 1-1 against Dighton. Falcons, they had an early goal off of a corner kick. Miller with that one, and then the follow-up opportunity for Arthur Souza to put that back in. I'm Daniel Vetstein. Besides me is Josh Abrams. We have a keeper change as expected. Mikey Flynn is in for the second half. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. He played great Monday, their last game against Groton. Helped them secure the win. Josh, what do you expect to see? Any tactical changes from either sides?
Yeah, he caught me off guard there, Daniel. As play starts, the Clockers will start with the ball, and they're going to dump it deep, at least the attempt. Again, just looking for the Clockers to abandon these long pass attempts that just were not working in the first half.
Yeah, Clockers started to find their groove again, going with the more direct passes in those late couple minutes. They were really playing just a kick and race game early. Here's Noah Ramsey to throw that one deep into the middle of the box. Costa will play it right back to him, and Ramsey a shot opportunity from very far out. Easy save for Brendan Silva.
Yeah, going to test the keeper early here. Shot right on net. Nice play there by Noah. The Falcons break out on the far sideline. Ball's a little bit loose here in the Clocker end. Falcons come out with it, turning around quickly. Through ball attempt, knocked aside by the Clockers and out of bounds. So a quick throw in here on the near sideline by the Falcons. That one's kicked out of bounds. I'm going to say it's going to stay Falcon way. Just underway here in the second half.
Clockers love to play the no anything defense. The second the ball gets into their possession or near them, they'll clear it out of bounds if they think an opportunity for danger is going to happen. No nonsense. But again, Falcon ball will stay, and it's going to be Miller, the goal scorer, who opened things up. He's going to chuck this one towards the center of the box.
Oh, get it out of the box. There we go. Booted aside all the way back toward midfield. Gathered in by the Falcons to push it right back in, but onto a Clocker foot. Well, it might end up with Keyshawn Graham. Clockers come away with it, trying to reverse field now. Trying to feed into the near sideline. Here comes Arthur Souza with some good pressure, but keeper will just grab it.
That one looked like another miscommunication. Felipe was pushing up the pace, was trying to go for a pass towards Noah Ramsey down that right side, but Ramsey didn't run in behind, stayed for the pass. In the end, it's going to be Dighton ball because of that.
Clocker's trying to control here right at midfield, but out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Falcons. About 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half, 1-1, and we will continue to encourage our live audience on YouTube. Go ahead and fill in on the chat. Let us know where you're viewing from tonight and who your favorite player is. Got Clocker Nation going coast to coast and around the world. Had some check-ins from Canada, from Florida, from Northbridge, Mass. So again, all over the country. Here we go for the Clockers, right at midfield, trying to set something up here, moving it more toward the middle now, and going to reverse field. Good pressure by the Falcon defense, with the Clockers equal to the task, trying to feed a streaking Keyshawn. Didn't work out. The Clockers still have it. Flucked off a couple of bodies and right in on the keeper. That's Silva. Played an excellent first half, only allowing the 1 goal. Clockers trying to keep the offensive pressure on here. They're the higher ranked team going into tonight's matchup, looking to advance into the round of 8.
Yeah, it's going to be the quarterfinals. The winner of this will play the winner of the Dedham game against Old Rochester. The interesting part about that is if our Clockers win and Dedham wins, the game will be played in Dedham. But if the Clockers win and Old Rochester wins, the game will be played here.
Mm-hmm. And again, that Dedham Old Rochester game not taking place until Saturday morning, so the ensuing playoff game won't happen until Tuesday at the earliest. So check your local listings for that one.
Mikey Flynn will come out, take that one into his own hands.
So just trying to, Mikey's just trying to get into the action, right? Spending a long time isolated all the way back there at the goal. Wants to, get the blood flowing, get the legs moving a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's very difficult to come out into the game after a cold night like this.
Again, unseasonably warm for November, but still a chill in the air here in New England.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of switching keepers mid-half in an important game.
Mm-hmm.
But Tiago and the rest of the team feel very
nice
strongly.
Move by Noah here. Trying to feed. How is that not a call? But okay, play continues. Noah still with the ball in the corner.
He's not going to give up. That's how he served that assist into Arthur Souza for the first goal for the Clockers. Hopefully a second one here. It looks like Souza will take it.
Yeah, Noah doing a great job here. He'll keep playing till he hears a whistle. And he had to there because the whistle was not coming. But here's Souza with the left foot in the near corner.
This is interesting. He's not a lefty.
And look, that's how he's lining up. And now he changes. Here's the ground ball knocked aside by the Falcons. Jacob going to try to reverse field.
It's incredible. Jacob only, I believe, a sophomore on this team so early, starting minutes off the other crossbar. But again, incredible for Tiago Jacob to be starting, getting so many minutes. Just as a sophomore proves how good he is.
Absolutely. So, second coming of Keyshawn Graham, right, who was playing varsity his freshman year, four-year player, right?
Yeah, Keyshawn Graham started off on the freshman team, and then by the end of the first season, he was a varsity player, and ever since varsity. Similar with Noah Ramsey, who was full varsity all 4 years. Again, same with Andre Costa.
Mm-hmm. So under 34 minutes to go in the second half. Game tied at 1, and we're looking at a Falcon throw-in the Clocker zone.
Clocker's looking to put some pressure on, but great footwork to keep possession and then giving it away right there.
Okay, Clocker's looking to make something happen. They had a streaking Arthur Souza, couldn't connect. Again, those long passes.
Try to do a nice flick give and go, but Lucas Arjona able to step up, take that one away. That would have put a lot of pressure on this team. A slide tackle and a foul on the play.
Wow, that was a very fast yellow card pulled out by the ref. So benefit here for the Clockers.
Yeah, so Conkeiko has to come out of the game because in a yellow card in the MIAA, you have to come out of the game for, I believe, 10, maybe 15 minutes. I'm not fully sure on the time. If anyone in the comments knows, feel free to say.
Okay, let's keep an eye on that one. As the clock continues to run, we're under 33 minutes to go now. Keyshawn looked a little shaken up after that collision, but he's moving around just fine now. long pass attempt here by the Clockers. In the box, trying to get into the box. Here we go. Ball's loose and now picked up.
Unbelievable play by Andre Costa to keep the ball at his feet, dribbling through defenders when it seemed like it was impossible to do so. Unfortunately, he could not get a full shot off.
Arjona tried to step up there with the header. A little bit of a defensive breakdown here. The Falcons getting the ball deep into the Clocker end.
Here's Miller. That one looks like it took a touch out of bounds, but they're calling it a goal kick after that.
Yep.
It looked like possibly Arjona touched it, but it's going to end up with Mikey Flynn.
So intentional or not, an excellent defensive play there to force a goal kick for the Clockers. 31 and a half minutes to go in the second half, tied at 1. Here's Keyshawn, he's always dangerous. Trying to push ahead, and he had a man for a moment, just a little too far for Noah Ramsey.
That was a really good play by Keyshawn to stay on the ball despite the contact. That's one thing he's very good at.
I can't tell what tactical changes they made or strategic changes they've made here in the second half, but they do seem to be finding some holes now finally in that back defensive line for the Falcons.
Yeah, I think they're trying to play it more on the outside just like that. Souza trying to make runs on both sides of the field despite him being the central striker. Clockers usually play a 4-3-3 position with the one striker, 2 wingers on each side.
So check in the chat, a charter members of the Mikey Flynn fan club, Mark Poyant, checking in from Dover, New Hampshire. Good to have you with us here tonight on WACA. Seeing a really good one so far. Clockers and Falcons tied at 1. Division III playoff action on WACA. Oh, nice touch pass there by Noah Ramsey. It's a little tied up, 2-on-2. Getting some real physicality here. Noah lost his feet and out of bounds, and a quick call here to be a goal kick for the Falcons.
Looks like Noah Ramsey wanted to keep that one for himself, but Arjona stepped himself into the way. Substitution, Victor Andrade will sub in for... I didn't catch who he subbed in for.
We'll figure it out. 10 minutes gone by here in the second half. Just under 30 to go now. Tie game at 1.
Noah Ramsey, he subbed in for Noah Ramsey.
Okay, Clocker's trying to set something up here. Good, quick, some of those short passes. It didn't work out that time, but starting to connect a little bit more on the short passes as Keyshawn doing some good forechecking on the offensive zone. Out of bounds here to be a throw-in for the Falcons. They quickly turn it around. Long throw-in toward midfield. Gathered in by the Clockers. Centering pass.
Costa's going to look to find Andrade. He's going to be able to get there one-on-one. What seal moves he's going to put on here?
It's interesting. His defensive mate there gave him some room. Puts a relatively harmless shot on goal. Easy angle there for the Falcon keeper. And a long throw. He's got quite an arm, quite a leg. As the Falcons trying to turn into something here in the Clocker zone.
Yeah, this was Miranda with an almost amazing skill move. That would have been one for the books if it got through the legs of Arjona, but Arjona's able to keep it. And Keyshawn Graham didn't run immediately, but he got there, and can you expect it any less? He got the ball.
He's putting it all out there, out on the field tonight. Just great effort, great hustle, and of course, the trademark speed. Here's a turnover for the Falcons. They're coming in 2-on-3, looking to get a shot off, getting into the box and then ridden off. No whistle, play continues. A failed clear. Falcons still have it. Clocker's chasing a little bit here.
This ball needs to get cleared away. Sullivan. And out of bounds.
Okay, so brief stoppage here. Hopefully the Clockers can clear their heads, settle down a little bit. We're under 28 minutes to go.
Hunter Meggs just got bailed out big time, made that. Seemed to be a pass or touch up the middle, got taken away from him, and it was still an opportunity on the field to see what they're going to do. No one ended up touching it. It looked dangerous near that back post, but out of bounds for a goal kick.
That bounce passed at least a half a dozen different players between the two teams. I don't know how it wasn't touched. Clockers catch a break there. They'll have a goal kick with just over 27 minutes to go in the second half.
Mikey telling everyone to push up the field as this one sails past half field. Costa is going to
Read
step
that really
on
nicely. Clockers regain control. Is that Arjona?
it. That's Victor
Thank
Andrade.
you. Andrade pushing ahead to Sousa, always dangerous. Looking to make a move. Ridden off the ball. Falcons come away with it.
And out of bounds by Souza. Got all ball there. Really powerful clearance.
Maybe a little bit of frustration there on Sousa's part with that heavy clear.
Good step by Bailey Fong, and here goes Andre Costa. A give and go with Souza, could not find Costa. But Andrade keeps it inbounds. Souza looking for a cross. That one might have mishit his foot.
That was interesting. If the Clockers could have been put a body there by the keeper, he did not field that ball cleanly at all, and it could have been a great opportunity.
Yeah.
Got to follow the shot.
I think they were expecting the cross to be a little bit better, but I think he didn't.
He was under pressure.
He didn't lock his foot in time.
Good block here, a turnover. Opportunity for the Clockers.
Costa's breaking through, looking for
He's
a
looking
foul,
for the
and
whistle.
here it is. A penalty kick will be given with a chance to make it 2-1. Costa is down on the field as of right now.
So this will be a really great opportunity for the Clockers. One of the most exciting plays in sports, right? Penalty shot here for the Clockers.
Yep. And Costa's limping a little bit. He looks like he's giving it to Arthur Souza. That's interesting. Now the modern penalties, there's a little bit of a stutter step trying to get the keeper to jump and then pass it the other direction. We'll
Trying to
see
get the keeper to commit
see if
first.
Souza, he seems like the type to just boot this straight into a side. We'll see what he does here. Hopefully making it 2-1. He does just that into the top corner. Brennan Silva had a hand on it, but overall, just too powerful for Arthur Souza. That is 3 goals in just 2 playoff games.
Exciting play. Again, it didn't disappoint. Penalty shot. And I got to tell you, I mean, I think the keeper was anticipating where that shot was going, was able to get a finger on it, maybe a couple of fingers, but Sousa too strong, and that shot found the upper left corner of the net. Clockers take a 2-1 lead with 25 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, credit to Brennan Silva. That one would have been hard to save even for Manuel Neuer. Ball back in play for the Falcons. Taken away by the captain being Felipe de Carvalho.
Falcons force the turnover here, bring it back across midfield, and then a misplay out of bounds. It'll be Clocker ball. Under 25 to go, and we have another substitution coming in here for the Clockers as Coach Moda's been relatively frequently making the substitutions tonight. We haven't seen quite nearly as many from the Falcons.
Yeah, it's Costa coming in for Costa, meaning Kyle Costa coming in for Andre Costa. Costa took a hard fall, giving that penalty kick, so hopefully getting some minutes to rest up.
That'll be something to watch as we close down toward the final minutes of the second half. Obviously, still 24 minutes to go, but we'll have to keep an eye and see how Andre Costa is doing. He's walking off toward the back fence there. He's not on the bench, so we'll see how he's going to get a little bit of treatment, check in with the trainer over there, but we'll keep an eye on that. His play continues here. Mikey Flynn will be goal kick here for the Clockers, directing traffic a bit before his kick. Another long booming kick over midfield, headed aside by the Falcons, pushed back into the Clocker zone. Falcons quickly turning this into something into transition. Oh boy, miscommunication.
Amazing goal line stop. Lucas Arjona coming through.
I mean, I heard him hit the post from here, from the top of the press box. That
put your body on the line for the team. He did just that, and a corner kick will be given out of that.
Clockers had just taken their first lead of the game, 2-1, and now a great opportunity. Corner kick coming up here for the Falcons with just under 23 minutes to go in the second half. As the refs respot the net.
So there's a
after
lot of
that collision.
Too little room for Mikey to come out with Jamie Draper being right there. Looks like Draper may have touched it a little bit and made it difficult. Great from Arjona though. This one soars through everyone, and Felipe is just gonna take it with him. He's gonna try to keep it in bounds, does so. And there's Victor onto the ground, trying to keep that ball in Clocker possession. And after the fact, a foul on the play. We'll see. It looks like it's going to be Falcons ball after all that.
Yeah, but I mean, just tremendous effort by players on both teams there. I mean, again, it's win or go home now, and they're all laying it on the line. Just over 22 minutes to go in the second half. Clockers up 2-1.
This ball deep, and Jamie Draper tried to get a header onto it. Out of bounds, and a foul called on Draper, it seems. He went for the slide tackle to try to keep it in Clocker possession, out of bounds. Just clipped him.
It's a tough break for the Clockers. Falcons going to try to capitalize here with under 22 minutes to go in the second half.
So it's going to be Moitoso on that left foot. This one near that back post again, just too high for anyone to get onto it.
Falcons trying to dial long distance on that one, but the call did not go through.
Yep.
21 and a half to go. I don't think, Dan, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, dialing long distance, but that's okay. Got plenty of people, I'm sure, on the chat who got that reference. It's all good.
Here's Daniel Turner back in. He had some great minutes in the first half.
Yeah, Turner was really using his speed to an advantage in the first half. Got some significant minutes here for the Clockers.
The Clockers need to start doing a better job clearing it. As Moitoso dribbles out of bounds. Luckily, Clockers regained possession, but a lot of clearances getting blocked or just not full contact onto it that gives some opportunities for the Falcons.
Well, again, I mean, the Falcons are down a goal. They're, about 21 minutes left in their season right now if the score holds. So they're ratcheting up the pressure now, and the Clockers have to figure out a way to respond and possibly even turn that aggressive play against the Falcons. Try and put an insurance goal on the net here to go up 3-1. So 2-1 right now, 20 and a half minutes to go in the game. Ball bouncing around there on the far sideline. It's going to go Falcon way, throw in here on the far sideline.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tiago Moda, coach of Ashland Clockers, doesn't like the idea of stepping back, parking the bus, hoping for playing defense to clear possessions. He wants to secure this one by scoring another, and they have plenty of space to do it right here. The through ball is through the back, but yeah.
Story of the last two games, right, Daniel?
Exactly.
So keeper plays it, a little give and go. Good pressure continues to be put on here, this time by, by Daniel Turner. Again, he is making his presence felt there on the front line.
It's interesting because he didn't play a single minute this Monday in the game against Groton Dunstable. They're putting the pressure on again.
Yeah, a little bit of a miss hit there by the Falcons. They able to get away with it.
And a good takedown by Sullivan, and then a clearance from Victor.
Okay, no penalty on that sweep. Play will continue with a throw-in for the Falcons on the Clocker side of the field. 19-13 and counting here in the second half.
This one headed out of bounds by Draper. They're going to look to play it quickly, catch him off guard. Instead, gives it to Miller, who is, we've seen him, we're pretty used to his long throw-ins by now. These are just as good as corner kicks, maybe even better.
Okay, headed out of
Graham. With plenty of space, he's going to try to take it all the way himself. A little misstep. He stays with it, but he's going to have to play it off to a teammate now. Finally gets it off his foot. Here's Andrade with plenty of space, gonna cross that one. No problem for Brennan Silva.
He had a man cutting toward the net, and Silva stepped up to intercept the pass and make the save. So good on him. Terrific save there as we tick down to about 18 minutes to go in the second half.
A little misstep here and an opportunity for the Clockers to get one.
Dribbled right into traffic, and the Falcons take it away.
Yep. Oh, a dangerous tackle there.
Gonna let play continue. Clockers have control into the Falcon zone.
Tiago Jacob dribbling all by himself. Needs to find somewhere to pass to. Finds it. And a foul now in a good attacking position for a set piece.
Yeah, he tried to break through the double team, able to draw the foul.
I was a little worried that Tiago Jacob was getting overcarried, getting too far out of position if a counterattack happened and a yellow card being given. Looks to be William Dafton.
So substitution for the Falcons here. Clock continuing to run. We're heading towards 17 minutes to go here in the second half. Clockers up 2-1. Getting a free kick. It's looking like it's going to be Keyshawn Graham taking this one for the Clockers.
See what he's going to do here, if he's going to go on net. No, playing a ball on the ground. Try to play it short.
Falcons have something cooking here if they can get it off that sideline. Taken away by the Clockers.
Yeah, great turn again by Jamie Draper. Here's Felipe down and another free kick right there. And you can see the frustration on these players for the Falcons. They know they need to win the ball back, and doing so, they're giving away some fouls. This shot on net, that was Lucas Arjona.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the intent was there. I mean, it looked like if they were trying to catch the Falcons sleeping. It just seemed like kind of a quick shot, a quick play. Nobody really paying attention, and that long shot just sailed high and wide.
In my eyes, that's way too far to take it on target free kick. Either play it short and just play like a normal game out of the back, or go for a set piece where you curve it in, hoping for a header.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, player to watch here, Noah Ramsey back on the field now on offense on the near sideline, as Keyshawn trying to work some magic here on the far sideline.
A great ball, but just too far and good from Silva to come out. That'll be a corner kick.
Yeah, Silva had to be aggressive on that play. It worked out, but it does lead to a corner kick here for the Clockers. We're down to under 15 and a half minutes to go in the second half.
More substitutions for the Clockers.
Who's
Looks
coming
like
in to take, yeah, go ahead.
Andre Costa's back in.
And he's got to take the corner here for the Clockers?
Yep. Moving that flag out of the way so he doesn't kick it.
I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
You technically, I'm not sure in the pros, but I think they'll let it slide here.
Okay, well, that corner attempt is blocked aside by the Falcons, with Clockers come right back into the offensive end. Now we've got a whistle behind the
Offsides
play.
call.
Oh, is that the call? Thank you. Okay, under 15 minutes now. Clockers up 2-1.
Falcons playing it right out of the back, trying to get play going as soon as possible. They don't want to waste any more time down a goal.
Yep, he knew it. Handball called on Fong. So Falcon ball right around midfield. By the way, Daniel, we were trying to figure out, again, like these two teams don't play each other, not in the same division. Only common opponent between them this year was Medfield. As Mikey Flynn comes running out to make a quick save there for the Clockers, under 14 minutes to go now. So earlier this year, right, we were talking about this in the pregame.
Yep. Dighton, you said they lost, was it 2-0 loss against Medfield?
I'm trying to remember. We should have jotted that one down, but yeah, the Falcons lost to Medfield by 1 or 2 goals, while the Clockers beat Medfield by 1 or 2 goals. And you go ahead and,
Yep, they lost 2-0
There you go.
against Medfield, and the Clockers won against Medfield. So yeah, just as
the
you said.
one common opponent for these two teams this year. The score here right now is 2-1. Clockers up. So we approach the 13 minutes to go, not 13-minute mark, 13 minutes to go in this one.
Dangerously playing out of the back. He is offsides. Andre Costa was through on net one-on-one with the keeper, but could not hold his line.
His eyes must have been like saucers, seeing all that open field and nobody anywhere near him.
I think he knew, though.
So free kick here. Silva's going to take this one all the way out by the 20. He's got the leg. I chooses to just pass off to one of his defenders.
They got to be careful doing that because they've given the ball away in promising situations for the Clockers these past couple plays. Almost one right there.
Clockers continuing to play very aggressive and very, very heavy pressure on the Falcons. They try not to give them any breathing room whatsoever here in the final 12 minutes or so of the second half.
Yeah, they want to make it so they don't even see the other side of the field, so that there's absolutely no chance of there being a shot on target or a goal.
Going to call that one for the Falcons. Be a throw in here on the near sideline. We've seen this movie before, right, Daniel?
Yep, exactly.
Long throw in. Here it comes.
This one near the edge of the box, and the follow-up shot is no problem for Mikey Flynn as he just lays on it, trying to take as much time off the clock as possible.
Yeah, I mean, from his angle, it looked like he saw that one all the way. It turned into what I believe was a very quick shot on goal, but he had it lined up and ate it up for the save.
It was surprising that he even had the chance for the shot. It seemed like there should have been no opportunity for him to even get the shot off, but amazing for him to do. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it was not on target.
That ball went right onto a Clocker foot, and here comes Keyshawn trying to keep this one in bounds, and he does. Nope. As Silva, the goalkeeper, signaled it first, and then the line judge.
So difficult. You're running at it full speed. You look to flick it back, but then you run out of bounds, and you see it's still slightly rolling.
Exactly. So goal kick for the Falcons. This one sails on a line almost to midfield, headed further ahead by the Falcons onto the far sideline. Good centering pass here, broken up beautifully by the Clockers.
Yeah, good job by Arjona to step up.
Long pass here for Sousa. Is he onside?
He looks to be so. They're going to keep the flag down for now, although in the end, Silva's able to reach for his grasp and get it.
Fong was really aggressive trying to go for that ball and then wisely pulled back, ended up with it, but now gets ridden off the ball. And here come the Falcons with under 10:30 to go in the game.
Now it's going to be about the time where you start thinking maybe change the formation for the Falcons, bring another striker up.
Quick throw in. They've got a man loose there for a moment and then over the goal line. So it looks like it'll be a corner. I thought it was going to be a corner kick, but it actually getting signaled as a goal kick. So Clockers catch a break there, the turnover. As we look under 10 minutes to go now, Clockers up narrowly 2-1.
And Keyshawn Graham taking a quick break. Victor Andrade back in. The one thing
I mean, Keyshawn's been like racing up and down the field pretty much the entire half.
The one thing the Clockers can't do is get complacent and start, becoming sleepy on the ball. Real Madrid did that just a couple days ago, and they lost that game pretty badly.
Well, I'm not seeing any complacency from the Clockers right now. I'm actually really happy to see just how aggressively they continue to play, and they are, for the most part, able to keep that ball away from the Falcons. Not really letting them get set up into any kind of a diagram or a set piece.
Yeah, exactly. They need to keep that up. Falcons playing through the back and deflected out of bounds by Andrade. I think that the Falcons need to start abandoning the playing out of the back game. It's obviously not working. With such little time left in the game, they can't be keeping the ball in their possession far into their own side. They need to move it up as quick as possible.
Okay, Clockers with the throw-in on the far sideline. The Falcons end up with it. We're under 9 minutes to go in the second half now. Falcons moving the ball backwards and then pushing it forward. Here's Arjona.
Sullivan bodies away from Arjona, but Arjona sticks with it.
That was almost a forearm shiver to the back. Play continues.
Here's Lopez. Again, not a great clearance from this Clocker's side. Didn't get his full foot through it. As Bailey Fong takes that one off the ground.
Just keep that ball out of the middle of the field, really. Here come the Clockers. Ramsey on the trailer on the on the near sideline. See if he can get across. Attempt the cross, but just not enough there. And here come the Falcons.
He didn't have enough space to get his hip turned on that one, especially on that left foot, as Victor being a natural righty. Ball won by Tyler Pena. And he's going to stick with it down the sideline, dribbles out of bounds. He didn't even see it.
Okay, so looks like we may have an injury timeout here as that last ball battled for by Pena left a Falcon defender on the ground. So clock is continuing to run. We're under 7.5 to go. We are going to get that player checked on. So you'll have to take our word for it. It's just WACA policy. We're not going to show injured players on the field, so you're probably going to get a view of either the big A on the center or elsewhere on the field. So with the timeout, I just want to encourage the Ashland fans on the live feed on YouTube. Step it up on the chats. You're letting the DR fan into the chat. That's okay. We'll allow it. So we had checked in earlier with our different Ashland playoff teams, volleyball, field hockey, soccer. We do want to mention the football team, although they were eliminated from the playoffs, came up just short in that playoff bid. They are going to host Brookline here tomorrow night. And then Hopkins on Thanksgiving. You can catch tomorrow's football game right here on WACA as Rob Silver joins me behind the mic. Also want to give a quick shout out to the Clocker Club, the official booster club of Ashland High School sports. In the past 12 years, they provided more than $100,000 to Ashland athletics. Their signature fundraising events include a golf tournament, which was held at Shining Rock earlier in the fall, and a pancake breakfast on Super Bowl Sunday, always the crowd favorite, community favorite. If you'd like to get involved with the Clocker Club, they meet here at the high school the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. You would have just missed them. They had that meeting at the high school last night, so you have to catch them in December. But to learn more about getting involved and or purchasing a membership, be sure to check out clockerclub.org. That's clockerclub.org. Also want to take a moment to thank tonight's crew. Jeff Hall running things down below in the press box. He's the maestro. And Luis Miranda, Mackie Kotab, trying to stay warm with the two of us up here on top of the press box. Appreciate all the work you guys do for us. If any of you in our viewing or listening audience interested in getting involved here, whether in front of the camera or behind it, getting involved maybe with podcasting or our internet radio station, drop us a line. You can reach me at josh@wacatv.com or check us out on the web at wacatv.com. So play back underway here on the plateau. Clockers up 2-1, getting late in the second half. An opportunity and a whistle.
Offsides.
Wow.
Souza just couldn't hold his line. Keyshawn was moving so fast, he had no chance of staying onside.
So the Falcons quickly outlet this one, already over midfield. Trying to get something set up here as we tick down under 7 minutes to go in the second half. Clockers clinging to that 2-1 lead, courtesy of Arthur Souza. Arthur has both goals tonight, one in the first half at the 33-37 mark, and then on the penalty kick here early in the second half. And there you have it, Clockers up 2-1, under 7 minutes to go. And what have we got here, Danny? We have a corner kick for the Falcons?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be, and it's most likely going to curve towards that near post, or a back post, sorry, or the middle of the box right by that penalty mark.
Here we go. Ball's up in the air, all the way across, header right toward the net. A follow-up shot sails high and wide over the crossbar as the Clocker faithful hold their breath and then release.
That was close. That opportunity from the half volley off of the corner kick looked so good, just wide as the timeout's being taken here. The follow-up off target. Sigh of relief for everyone here at the plateau.
If you're listening on internet radio, I'm sorry you're out of luck to be able to see any kind of a replay of that. If you're watching here on YouTube, hey, grab hold of those controls, back it up a minute or so, and watch that one again. That was a great, great opportunity for the Falcons. The Clockers somehow avoid disaster, giving up a tying goal this late here in the second half. The clock is stopped at exactly 6 minutes to go in the second half. Clockers up 2-1.
So as things stand, and I don't want to jinx anything, I'm just saying it right now. As things stand, the Clockers will move on, and they will play the winner of Dedham and Old Rochester. Once again, the winner of that game will be determined where they will play based off of that game. If Dedham wins, the Clockers will play at Dedham, but if Old Rochester wins, the game will be held back here at the high school.
Right, Dedham has the higher seed compared to Ashland, whereas Old Rochester the lower seed. So that determines, of course, home or away. As we're wrapping up the timeout, Dan, you thought I'd forget. We have the dad joke of the game. Are you ready?
Am I ever ready?
No, not really. Nobody ever really is ready for the dad joke of the game. So what do you call it when soccer players don't wear their cleats?
I don't know. What?
Soccer.
Ah, okay.
Because they're in their socks.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, go ahead and transition out of that one.
Back to the whole Dedham thing. If Dedham does win, it's not the worst case scenario in the world if Ashland does play in Dedham, because Ashland did win in Dedham 2-1, but on the other side, Dedham beat Ashland 2-1 at the middle school, so both teams winning away from home. So that will be interesting.
Okay, so no home field advantage in that series. Interesting.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, this one goes out of bounds off the Clockers. Quick throw in by the Falcons. 5.5 to go in the second half here. Falcons moving it down the far sideline now. Sweeping attempt goes out of bounds. Falcons retain possession. One of their shorter throw-in throws. Heavy pressure from the Clocker defense. Falcons trying to find somebody open. Come loose with it, going to get a shot on goal, but blocked aside.
Corner kick.
Yep. So that last attempt was really dangerous. The others, the previous couple ones, Daniel, they just sailed past everybody. Let's see what happens here. Up, line drive.
Mikey Flynn.
He got a finger on it. He doesn't know where it is. Still loose, still in bounds. In front of the net, Flynn punches it out of the way. Play continues here. Now we get the whistle.
Oh, and a penalty kick's going to be given.
That could not have happened at a worse time. Wow. And a yellow flag. Yellow card, excuse me. I'm used to football. Yellow card has been given to a Clocker.
And Noah Ramsey's going to have to take a minute off of the field.
Okay, so unbelievable. This game, in a strange way, being decided by penalty kicks. Sousa, for the Clockers, earlier here in the second half, had the go-ahead goal, make it 2-1. And now here are the Falcons with their season on the line with a penalty shot. Mikey Flynn, the only thing standing between this Falcon and a tie game.
It's going to be Aiden Mirando.
Here we go.
And this one goes in just under Mikey Flynn. He dived the right way. So just like that, it's a tie game. Clock stopped because we are under 5 minutes. So if things stand, we will go to overtime, and it will be golden goal. Did I jinx us?
We'll have to find out in about 5 minutes, right, Daniel? Yeah. So a tie game here on the plateau, not what the Clockers wanted after battling back and taking the lead for the first time tonight at 2-1. Have given up the equalizer, 2-2. 5 minutes to go in regulation on the penalty kick.
Here's Bailey Fong playing with it. Plays to Lucas Arjona. Things are going to start to get intense here.
Headed out of harm's way for at least the moment by the Falcons.
Here's
Keyshawn's back in. Falcons clear it out, but controlled by the Clockers, still in the Falcon end of the field.
That one very high up in the air. Looks to stay inbounds as of right now.
Yeah, two clockers side by side there trying to establish position. Clockers will get the throw in here on the far sideline. How much time is left here is anybody's guess, as time is now being kept on the field. Under 5 minutes to go. Clockers trying to control here right around midfield, punching it back in. Nice step up by the Falcons. Clockers can't break through that final line of defense. Here's Fong working it, trying to work it to the far side, intercepted. Arjona punches it back in.
The Clockers need to settle this down and play possession because they can't get a hold of it as of right now when it's in the air.
Yeah, this Falcon team definitely has a height advantage out here on the field right now. Here come the Falcons down the near sideline, kept in bounds. Arjona knocks it out off of the play, off the Falcon player. Falcons thought they had possession there and didn't. Play continues. Step up by Meggs. Here's a break for the Falcons.
Again. Mirando just over the top. Substitutions in. Another sigh of relief. Things are getting very intense at the plateau.
And I'll tell you, Lucas Arjona may have gotten away with one. After the whistle, it was a kind of a late trip. And I mean, I know, Lucas, I'm going to say it wasn't intentional, but it could have been misinterpreted there on the field as tensions rise late here in regulation.
Here's Costa, who'll play it to Fong. Defender goes to step up. Fong's able to play it towards Felipe. He mistouched it. Even he was wondering what happened there. Cleared out of bounds, so again, Clocker's still in possession. Plays short. Felipe in tight space, trying to find somewhere to go with it. It will stay Clocker ball. He's gonna play this to the far side, looking for Keyshawn Graham, taken away. Fans urging the Clockers to keep it in their own attacking zone so the game won't end. Here's Fong. Plays it. Costa now. Costa lost it. They have to get back now. A chance for a possible counterattack, but nothing happened there. Andrade lost possession of it. Lopez now. Andrade with a good tackle to get it out of bounds, but it will stay Falcons ball.
Looks like tensions are starting to rise on the YouTube chat right now, Daniel, is the DR fans making their presence felt on the chat. It's a long pass ahead.
Mikey calls to take it himself. Good play, good communication with him and Jamie Draper there.
Flynn boots it way up high and over midfield. Falcons have control for the moment. Turn back over. Clocker's trying to force something here on the far sideline. Falcons with control at the moment. Play continues down the far sideline. Clocker's just booted out of bounds to slow things down a little bit.
A goal as late as right now has to be the same amount as it would be in a golden goal. If a goal is scored, most likely the other team won't have a chance to. Here's Keyshawn Graham with plenty of space. He has an open player.
Got to stay on sides.
And he does. He gives it to him. Victor looking for the cross is going to let this one out of bounds. That really looked promising. Lucas Arjona settles it. Crossing it towards the back post.
Definitely had the right idea there, just could not connect.
Bailey Fong. Tiago Jacob. Looking towards again. The header from Keyshawn Graham just off target.
Great opportunity for the Clockers. But the keeper equal to the task. Ball's getting headed around. Falcons come up with it into the Clocker zone.
Miranda playing with it on Felipe. Switching the field. Tiago Jacobs going to step up. A long shot is no problem.
And again, both teams are really up in the tempo. They don't know how much time is left here in the second half of that scoreboard frozen with 5 minutes to go. And there's the whistle as regulation comes to an end. And we've got a tie game, 2-2, as we head for overtime.
Ooh, this is incredible.
So Dan, you mentioned a couple times, you mentioned the golden goal. So are we talking about sudden death overtime?
Exactly. Whichever team scores first is the end of the game. Usually there would be 2 15-minute halves, and it would be whoever scores more at the end. As we can hear it from athletic director Mr. Anderson on the other side of the field announcing golden goal.
5 more minutes for cooling off, and then another 10-minute golden goal period.
So 10-minute golden goal periods. We saw it in the girls' game. If there is no score at the end of the golden goal, there will be more periods. I don't know how, I'm guessing that there has to be a certain amount of limit that they're going to take it to. They can't have them be playing all the way till tomorrow. So most likely maybe after 2 or 3 they'll head to penalty kicks.
Okay, well, the teams are going to take a 5-minute break before we start for overtime, so we'll invite you, catch your breath, maybe take a nature break, catch a drink, whatever you need to do. We'll see you back here for overtime on the plateau. You're watching Ashland Boys Varsity Soccer on WACA.
It is. It was playing blind, playing really well. So I don't know. But actually, they won 2-0. I didn't ask, but yeah, I think probably. Who they play? Pembroke. Yeah. So it's funny, like he was saying, he was doing like you and I do each other, man. What's it called? All Ashland. He said, and I didn't realize it. 1 through 16, round 16. Like, so you complain about power rankings, but it seems to work.
And welcome to overtime here on the plateau. Ashland. Boys soccer. I'm going to struggle all night here. So Josh Abrams, Daniel Vetstein. It's 2-2 between Ashland and Dighton-Rehoboth for Division III MIAA playoff soccer.
Winner go home, round of 16. We're underway. So gold and gold, there will be 2 halves if no goals are scored. If at the end of 2 halves, no goals are scored. Oh. Andre Costa putting the pressure right back on. He made me forget what I was saying. Sebring Feenstra in goal.
So Clockers have once again switched out keepers. So Sebring Feenstra back in for overtime. We have a Clocker down being tended to momentarily. So the clock stops with 9:40 to go here in the first overtime. As Daniel mentioned, golden goal. So first one scores, game is over. Sudden death.
But if in the case that 2 halves of 10 minutes pass and there's no goal, we will head to penalty kicks to find our winner, and we'll move on to the quarterfinals.
Okay, Clocker's not messing around. A hard kick out of bounds, and here's the long throw in by the Falcons. It's getting loose across the goal mouth, and Sebring pounces on it before it can get into any kind of trouble. Rolling it up ahead now on the near side. Up ahead to Andre Costa. Meeting a double team. Looking, dribbling, pressing further into the Falcon end. Back pass now. Good pressure by the Falcons. Momentarily, Costa has it back. Looking ahead, couldn't find an open man. Passes back now to Keyshawn. He's got some space in the middle, looking to feed a trailer. Sousa had a foot on it for a moment. The ball kicks back to the keeper, who
Really
eats it
close.
up. Yep. Good opportunity for the Clockers, and very different style of play here to open OT for the Clockers. Very deliberate play for them. Clockers looking to get this out of harm's way. Arona first to it for the Clockers, looking to boot it out of the zone. Up
Good
ahead.
dummy fake by Noah Ramsey to stick with it. Taken down.
Ramsey's been having a tough night all night. Just been the recipient of all kinds of physical play from the Falcons, not being able to draw the whistle for the most part. We're down to 8 minutes to go here in the first OT.
Ball is won back, and Felipe taking it. Souza tried to find Noah Ramsey, but miscommunication again. Arjona steps up and off the back of Ramsey.
Out of bounds.
This is intense, Josh.
But this game is living up to its pregame promise. Nobody's been up by more than a goal all night. It's 2-2 now. Falcons scored the first one. Clockers tied it up.
So it was interesting that they decided to put Sebring Feenstra back into goal after Mikey Flynn was playing pretty well. Except there was that penalty kick. That was not his fault, though. He dived the right way. It was just unfortunate he dived a little bit too high, rolled beneath him.
You never expect the ground shot, right? You're always expecting to get that line drive or into the corner. Here come the Clockers. They've got a break. Going to get a shot off. Fakes the shot, gets ridden off the ball. Falcons come back with it. Keyshawn has it now, pushes it to the far sideline.
Ramsey
Shot on.
Curving.
Just over the head of Sousa. What a great opportunity for the Clockers.
It was offsides anyway.
Holy cow. Play continues. We're down to about 6:30 to go in overtime.
I thought that Felipe was going to take that, and Felipe is no stranger to game-winning shots. He had one 2 years ago against Holliston.
Okay, Clockers elect to let this one just roll all the way back to Sebring. He's going to wind up and big boot out toward midfield. Clockers have control. We'll dish over to Jacob, but out of bounds off the Falcons. Clocker throw in. This will be Tiago Jacob.
Plays it back
pass,
to Hunter Meggs.
Under 6 minutes to go here.
Up towards Felipe, trying to get possession of it. Here's Keyshawn Graham.
Ridden right off the ball. Falcons control now on the near side. Centering attempt, a little bit of a dangerous pass there onto the foot of Fong. Deflects it off to the far sideline, but no clocker there to gather it in. 5.5 to go now. Quick kick back into the Falcon end, trying to find Noah Ramsey. Ball still bouncing up and down in the air. Controlled by the Falcons on the sideline. Good pressure here from Ramsey, trying to force a turnover. Falcons end up with it.
Here's Franco passing back. In danger, it's just no one was there to put pressure on. Tiago Jacob trying to get a head onto it. He's going to have to fight with the big body number 9.
Hunter put that right onto the foot of a Falcon, and here come the Falcons with an opportunity, trying to find an open man. There's a quick shot on goal, right in on Sebring. Had it lined up all the way. Sebring directing traffic. We're down under 5 minutes to go in overtime. Falcons control at midfield. Slide tackle. Nice play by Keyshawn onto the foot of Andre Costa. Trying to find an open man. Passes off now to Keyshawn on the near side. Keyshawn pushing it ahead to Sousa. Sousa has his head up, puts a shot on Vincent. I think that one is going to be sailing short side wide, but keeper made sure, punching it out of bounds. But here come the Clockers with a corner kick.
That would have been something special.
DiCarvalho is going to take the corner kick here for the Clockers. Under 4 minutes to go. Can they ice it right here, right now?
Substitution, Andre Costa coming out.
Here's the shot, right in. Oh, the save is made. Beautifully played there by the keeper, Brandon Silva. So play continues, 3:40 and counting here in overtime. Silva throws it out to the far side, and Noah Ramsey has good aggressive play, and we've got a man down, but play is going to continue. Ramsey has it. Falcons are going to be playing for a man short here for a little bit. Now they kick it out of bounds to get that stoppage and get him tended to. Clock continuing to roll here with 3:15 to go. Now they stop it exactly at 3:15.
So, yeah, as the player stays down, it was also important to note Andre Costa got subbed out. He looked like he was stretching his calves on the sideline. That's definitely not a sight that the Clockers want to see.
We got to wonder, Megan, he did come off earlier in the game. He did, appear to have some sort of an injury that may have caught up with him there. Again, the cold night not helping things, right? The body's going to be tightening up here in the cold weather.
Now he's walking towards the bench.
So again, during the timeout here, I want to once again say thanks to tonight's crew, braving the cold weather for us and bringing all the sights and sounds here on WACA. So Jeff Hall, Luis Miranda, Mackie Kotab, doing a great job here for us tonight. And again, if you are interested in becoming part of our WACA team, whether it's doing sportscasting, news, politics, any variety of programming, whether in front of the camera, behind the camera, internet radio, podcasting, we do it all here at WACA. You can learn more by checking our website, WACATV.com. And again, another programming note here on WACA following tonight's game. Here right now, boys soccer against Dighton-Rehoboth. We'll have Ashland football here tomorrow night on the plateau. I believe it's a 6 o'clock kickoff. Live here on WACA. Rob Silver and I will have all the play-by-play action for you. Again, Ashland, Brookline, tomorrow night on WACA.
It's unfortunate that the football team couldn't get into the postseason, but looking to close out strong, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then, of course, after Brookline, they will travel to Hopkinton on Thanksgiving morning for the traditional rivalry game.
Throwing for the Clockers, and they'll hand it right back to the Falcons as a sign of respect for them kicking the ball out of bounds for the players down.
Yep. Tip of the cap to the Clockers for that one. The clock is now under 3 minutes to go in overtime. Clockers will have the throw in on the far sideline right near their bench.
And they're looking like they're getting ready to sub Noah Ramsey back in. Had that yellow card, he's going to have to be very careful. If he gets another yellow, not only is he out for the rest of the game, but they're going to play down a man.
Okay, so yeah, word of caution there for the Clockers. Throw in by the Falcons. Centering attempt intercepted by Keyshawn. Keyshawn under some pressure here. Little dance, gets ridden off the ball. Let's see what happens here. The Falcons continue control, try to feed one into the middle. Blocked aside. Clockers need to really settle this thing down a little bit. Falcons continue to put some pressure here in the offensive zone, though not able to get a shot on goal just yet.
That was a little too much from Keyshawn. He needed to just look around, look, see how much space he had. Didn't need all those skill moves. He actually made himself into more pressure.
Exactly.
An amazing touch from Hunter. Meggs made it look so easy. Up the field towards Souza. Here's Felipe with it. The ball still in the air, taken away from him.
1:45 and counting in overtime. Keyshawn with a sweep. Another one. Falcons still control in their own zone, pushing it now toward the far sideline. Up to midfield. Back pass, dangerous potential turnover, couldn't quite get there. Arthur Souza was closest one to it, putting some pressure here in the forechecking. Falcons look to reverse field now on the near side. Quick give and go. Play continues here in the middle of the field. Again, another reverse toward the far end of the field. Under a minute and a half now in overtime. Long through ball, blocked aside by the Clockers, and they're going to just kick it out of harm's way back toward midfield. Falcons trying to put the pressure right back on. Clockers have it now at midfield, the middle of the field.
Here's Conrado. Subbed in for Costa since Costa was taking an injury break. Looks like he's going to get subbed back in.
It's a nice little back pass, almost a no-look pass by the Clockers. Again, much more deliberate play than we were seeing earlier tonight, and the short passes have come back. Here's a long pass now, trying to find Keyshawn. This ball's heading out of bounds. Here comes Keyshawn with that late burst of speed.
And he forced him to touch it out of bounds, so it's going to be Clockers throwing.
Okay, the clock stops, 33 and a half seconds left in OT.
They should wait here to let the subs back in.
Hearing timeout being yelled. Is that Tiago?
Yep. Timeout's been called. Less than 2 minutes to play in the first part of sudden death overtime. Once again, if no one scores, we will head to a second period. And after that, no one scores, we will head to penalty kicks to decide the winner.
Just an incredible game so far, so well balanced. Penalty kicks and all kinds of drama here, Daniel. And of course, any soccer purist will tell you don't want to see this game decided by penalty kicks following overtime. Want to settle this one during an overtime period. But the scoreboard here at the field has been reset to 2 minutes. The last we saw, it ticked down to 33 and a half seconds. Again, with an injury timeout, a couple of them. We're not exactly sure how much time is actually left in OT. It's going to be kept on the field. Again, it's been a topsy-turvy game. Again, the Falcons started off up 1-0. Clockers scored the equalizer, Arthur Souza, late in the first half. Then in the second half, it was the Falcons again taking the lead, 2-1.
Souza scored.
You're right. I apologize.
Off of the
You're right.
penalty kick, and then late in the second half, a penalty kick the other way.
Back to back, yeah. Teams exchanging penalty kick goals. So we're coming out of the timeout. Looks like Noah Ramsey jogging over to take the throw in on the near sideline, deep in Falcon territory, late in OT.
It's going to be a throw-in.
It's going to be a long throw-in. He's lined up. Here's the throw, sailing toward the net. Big crowd in front, tipped around.
Keyshawn trying to get a foot on it.
It's still in the box, and then finally kicked aside. Nice play there to keep it in. Long shot in on net and sails high and wide over the goalposts. That was Felipe Di Carvalho trying to take that shot. As time expires at OT, the first OT is over. We're still tied at 2. Another 5-minute break coming up here at the plateau before we head for the second overtime. Buckle your seatbelts, everybody. We'll be back shortly for double OT action on WACA.
Oh, okay.
One more, 5 minutes off, another 10. If we don't win after that, for that 10, then we're going to have to beat him in PKs.
Have to do what?
Beat him in
Penalty
penalties.
kick.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Well, we got another 10 minutes.
Not sudden death on the.
No, this is sudden death.
Who gets to kick first?
Oh, extra points. PKs, yeah, but right now we got another 10 minutes.
Hey, who gets to kick first?
What? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter because you each get 5.
Oh, you do?
You each get 5, and then like it doesn't like. But if we make the first 3 and they miss the first 3, we only do 3 because it's over. They can't score.
That was a five. That was a quick 5 minutes. That was
10 minutes.
no.
Oh, that.
That was not 5 minutes.
Okay, so apparently we're going to get the fastest 5-minute break in sports. Coming right back here for double OT, the start of double OT, and appreciate all the folks asking for shout-outs on the chat, including Vinny. Got to tell you, when we get into overtime, it's a little harder to monitor the chat, but we appreciate the effort. We appreciate you joining us here tonight on WACA. We got a real barn burner here, 2-2, double OT, golden goal here. Looking to finish this one way or another. If we don't get it here in this the next 10 minutes, we go to penalty kicks. Clocker starting with the ball, but they kick it out of bounds. Quick turnaround by the Falcons on the throw-in, but they hand it right back to the Clockers.
Daniel Turner and Josh Steinberg back into play.
DiCarvalho trying to make something happen here. Pushes it back. Arjona now pushing it even further back. Clockers looking to reset, reverse field to the far side. Good pressure being done here by the Falcons.
Yeah, the Clockers are having trouble with the big touches, but they're able to get the passes off no matter what. It's just something a little nervy that you see when the passes aren't fully on the ground. They need to settle it down here. And luckily taken away. And here's Daniel Turner with a missed pass from Josh Steinberg.
It was the right idea, just could not quite execute it. Ball moves onto the Clocker side of the field. Clocker's gonna have to track this one down. Gonna kick it out of bounds to slow things down a little bit. We're under 9 minutes to go in the second OT. Falcons with the throw-in. Long throw, and we've been seeing these long throws right in at the net, blocked aside by the Clockers. Good play defensively. Keyshawn on it first, punches it up the far sideline. Falcons there to keep it in the Clocker zone. Clockers ride it out of bounds. It'll be Falcon ball on another throw-in, roughly the same spot as the previous one.
Yeah, Turner touched it last. It's going to be Miller. He scored the first goal of the game. Looking deep towards the edge of the box.
Clocker's able to get out of trouble, but the Falcons control still in the Clocker zone. Pushing it now to the near sideline, and that'll go out of bounds. Clocker ball could be a costly turnover by the Falcons as Steinberg on the quick throw-in, short. Trying to get it through the defender. That's Enrique Conrado trying to get it through. Still staying Clocker ball. Arona gonna throw in right by midfield. We're under 8 minutes to go in the double OT.
Here's Felipe just trying to find somewhere to pass to. Finds Bailey Fong. He's going to switch the field towards Keyshawn Graham. Graham was spaced. But
took his eye off the ball, started looking around. It slipped right under his foot. A turnover for the Clockers. Falcons trying to control it midfield, but Keyshawn comes out with it. Not going to get that whistle. Play continues. He got ridden right off that ball. Clockers have it right now, trying to fight through a double team. DiCarvalho pushing it back now. Clockers turn the ball over. Falcons have it. Still in the Falcon end. This one will sail out of bounds. Let's see which way they call it. Everybody's looking around. The Clockers play it.
Here's
no
Daniel
whistle. Clockers have been the beneficiary of probably 3 of those kinds of plays where the Falcons thought they had possession on the out of bounds, only to find out they were wrong. This one gets kicked out of bounds. Clocker ball on the far sideline. 6.5 minutes to go. Second OT, tied at 2. Ashland Dighton-Rehoboth.
Well, even with over 6 minutes left in this game, the Clockers have to start thinking about putting their best penalty kickers into the game, because once the final whistle blows and we head to penalty kicks, only players in the game are allowed to kick.
Clockers trying to get something set up here in the offensive end. Keyshawn hands it off. Here's I guess a shot on goal.
It was, I think
Sylvan comes in.
Tiago Jacobs
Silva.
looking for a cross, so you can definitely see by the reaction that it was mishit.
So Silva's going to boot this one out. He's got the leg to cross midfield. Misplayed. And now it heads toward the far sideline and out of bounds. This is a good break here for the Falcons on the far sideline. Down to about 5:40 to go in the second overtime. Another long throw-in coming up here for the Falcons. They're definitely deeper in the Ashland zone than the previous two. Here comes the throw, right in on net. Bounces through everybody and then kicked out of harm's way momentarily. Falcons trying to get a foot on that ball. Almost broken up there by
Daniel Turner.
Yep.
Putting it back into pressure. Arjona's going to get a foot away.
Good step up there by the Falcons. A little
And
bit of a
Turner
shove.
fouls.
Yep. That one was pretty easy to call. Going to get the foul called against the Clockers.
And they're looking to sub right here, get all their good players in, but they can't sub unless it's a Clocker throw-in, so they have to wait.
Okay, so we're under 5 minutes to go in the second OT. Both teams kind of lining up here on this free kick for the Falcons. Here's Dario, the long kick, putting it on net. It's loose. Outside the box now. Clocker's trying to control and get it out of there. Falcons ride him off the ball. Triple team on the Falcons. He still gets it away.
Clockers need to clear this ball immediately.
Falcons going to try to reset right around midfield. Reverse field now.
That ball swerved down, had some topspin on it. Keyshawn Graham trying to keep this in bounds, but dangerous. He turned around.
Yeah, he felt like he turned the wrong way on that one.
Yeah, luckily Clocker's ball, and they'll get those subs in right now. So Daniel Turner, some nice minutes. Noah Ramsey, Andre Costa, Arthur Souza back in.
Under 4 minutes to go now in double OT, tied at 2. Are we going to see a golden goal, or are we going to penalty kicks? Only time will tell.
Part of the reason I think they put Sebring back in is because they think he's better at penalty kicks than Mikey Flynn. That's why he's on the field right now, but they hope that they can win it right now with the little bit of time remaining in this second overtime period. Tiago Jacob looks to step up, does that very good, and he needs to settle this one.
Onto the foot of Keyshawn, trying to use that speed. He gets double team, comes away with it, puts it up ahead to Sousa. Couldn't control it. Punch back into the Ashland end. Under 3 minutes now in double OT.
Oh, dangerous play up the middle. Hunter Meg's starting to get a little bit careless. Had a play earlier in the game where he was a bit careless.
Clockers controlling the far sideline, trying to push it up ahead. We get the whistle. It's going to go Falcon way. They're going to get a throw in right around midfield. 2.5 to go in double OT. Headed aside. Clockers have it.
Costa back to Jacob. Jacob's just going to boot this one up the field.
Couldn't reach Sousa with that clearing pass.
Bailey Fong putting some pressure on. Uh-oh.
Oh, good step up by
clearance,
Hunter.
yeah.
Here's Keyshawn, far sideline. Looking for some help. Moving it toward the middle of the field, up ahead now.
He's going to play it towards Costa. Costa's going to try to run with it.
Clockers have it back.
Pena's there's a man on. He knows it. Gets rid of it quicker.
Play continues off a Clocker head and out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Falcons.
Time has stopped. Just the final couple minutes left in this game before penalty kicks.
So time now being kept on the field. We won't know until the whistle when OT ends unless we get that golden goal from one of these teams.
Tiago Jacob with it. Up the field it goes. Good touch from Sousa. It's going to play it to Costa. Costa with some space. He wants
Everybody's
to pass
making
it.
sure they're onside. Oh, Noah Ramsey hustling after it. Couldn't quite get there. It leads to a
Miscommunication.
Yep.
He wanted him to go up. Noah Ramsey wanted to play the pass outwards. I think Costa should have ripped a shot right there. Keep the goalkeeper guessing. You can never be sure.
Can't score a goal if you don't take the shot, right?
Exactly.
Okay, here comes the big boot from Silva, all the way out toward midfield. Clockers get first foot on it, but it's the Falcons who drive it into the Clocker end. Now back to midfield. Noah tries to push it ahead to Costa. Back to Noah now. Noah forcing it ahead to Sousa. He was going to try and split the double team, just could not connect.
Tiago Jacob looking to step up. It's dangerous if they don't get possession, and he doesn't.
Here come the Falcons, near sideline now, tracking it down. Arona there, putting some more pressure on the ball. Arona couldn't quite get there in time. Here comes a step up, a little too late. Clockers trying to control it here on defense, pushing it ahead, kept into the Clocker zone. Slide tackle works, Falcons still have it, right up the middle of the field. Clockers
Draper cleared, but a foul is going to be given. But they call it. It's going to be penalty kicks. Unbelievable. You don't usually see that when there's a free kick at the end of the game. They'll usually let it play out. But Clockers might have just gotten away with one right there. So we head to penalty kicks to settle this game.
just incredible. Again, you know, our compliments to both teams. Just a well-played game at both ends. 2 goals apiece. And again, a shame that such a beautifully played game is going to have to be decided by penalty kicks. But there you have it. So both teams huddling up. We're going to have a 5-minute timeout while they strategize. So we'll take a quick break ourselves. Final chance for all of you at home. Catch your breath, take a break. We'll see you back here for penalty kicks. MIAA Division III Boys Varsity Soccer Playoffs on WACA.
This is the most unfair way to end the game in sports.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Whether it's hockey, soccer, field hockey.
We are back for penalty kicks, round of 16, MIAA Division 3, Ashland Clockers versus the
Dighton-Rehoboth Falcons.
It
just doesn't roll right off the tongue, does it?
No, it does not. So, if you are unfamiliar with penalty kicks, this is how it's going to work. Each team will alternate shots. It is the majority, so it's best of 3 in a sort of way. So, for example, if one team scores 3, the other team misses 3, it's over. If one team scores 4, and I think they'll understand how it goes as it goes. We'll talk them through it as it happens, but right now, Jamie Draper is going to be the first one to step up.
Everything taking place at the net to our right. Double OT has come and gone. We're tied at 2. We're down to penalty kicks. Jamie Draper will lead things off here for the Clockers.
There's going to be a lot of mind games with these goalkeepers trying to get into the head of the kickers.
Brennan Silva in goal here for the Falcons. He's had a great game so far tonight.
Scores!
Jamie Draper.
Cool and collected straight down the middle.
So Clockers up 1-0 on penalty kicks. Here come the Falcons. This looks like number 11, Jonathan Franco.
No, it's going to be
21.
Henry Murdoch.
21, Henry Murdoch, thank you. Okay, the Clockers have been alternating keepers throughout the game, including overtime, but Sebrin Feenstra in here for the Clockers.
It is in. Slotted home just in the right amount of space. Feenstra dived the right way.
That's the second time tonight on a penalty kick. Again, during regulation, when the Falcons had their penalty kick, they scored on a similar shot on the ground. Decided not to put it in the air on that one. So now the Clockers' turn here for the penalty kick.
It's going to be Hunter Meggs captain. Meggs misses.
Over the crossbar, shot it wide. Big break there for the Falcons. We stay tied at 1 here in penalty kicks.
And that is really going to affect the Clockers if they make this kick right here, the Falcons.
Falcons are going to roll out a sophomore here, number 3, Eric Mello, up against Sebrin Feenstra.
Saved by Sebrin Feenstra.
Feenstra read that the whole way. That was the second, really third time tonight that the Falcons have tried to score on the ground at the post. Feenstra read it the whole way, knocked it aside. Big break there for Feenstra, coming up big for the Clockers.
Although very early in the penalty shootout, that would have been a major disadvantage if that went in for the Clockers. They would have been fighting back the entire time.
Okay, so we're still tied.
Keyshawn Graham now. So both teams have made the first and missed the second. Keyshawn Graham now for the first attempt of the third. Saved!
Looked like he tried to do a change of pace, take something off it, but the keeper was equal to it. Teams are tied at 3 now. Here come the Falcons to take their turn. Number 24, Tiago Canseco. Senior defenseman for the Falcons.
So not over if they do score this, but another major disadvantage would be given to the Clockers. And it's in.
Feenstra cheated that way toward the far post. Got caught that time, and the Falcons knocked it home. They take the lead. So it's going to come down to Arthur Sousa.
Yeah, so this is how it's going to work. If Sousa misses this shot and the Falcons convert, the game is over. The Falcons win. If Sousa makes it, they're still in the game.
Okay. Sousa connected twice in regulation. Here we go with the penalty kick.
He does just that.
Buries it on the left side. Hard shot, beats the keeper.
Arthur Sousa with ice in his veins. So if Feenstra is able to save it, things will be all evened up.
For the Falcons, this is number 7, Aiden Morondo. another senior on this very experienced Falcon team.
It's a goal.
Preacher broke the right way, but couldn't get there in time to keep it out.
So this is how situation is now as follows. Andre Costa must make this penalty kick. If they do not, the game is over.
Clockers season on the line. Andre Costa, penalty kick here for the Clockers. Like a walk in the park.
The little stutter step, and he puts it through. So now the pressure is on Sebern Feenstra. He must save this for it to go into knockout penalties.
So we're tied at 5 right now, heading into the final penalty kick of the first round.
Yep, the Falcons score, it is over.
Okay. Okay, all the pressure on Sebern Feenstra now for the Clockers, trying to keep his team in it.
And that is it. That's the season for the Ashland Clockers. Losing in penalty kicks to the Dighton-Rehoboth Falcons.
So a tough way for a Clocker season to end, but congratulations to the Falcons. They will advance to the round of 8, playing the winner of Dedham Old Rochester. They'll find out their opponent following the game Saturday at 11. As the Clockers' promising season comes to an end here. 2-2 at the end of regulation, at the end of double overtime. On the scoreboard, thanks to penalty kicks, the final score shows as 6-5 in favor of the Falcons. Daniel, any final thoughts?
It's just very unfortunate. It's so hard to come back in penalty kicks when you're trailing. Great job from Andre Costa to be able to get them even, but at the very end, it all came down to that last kick, and they had Sebern Feenstra beat.
So overall, a very successful season for the Clockers. Obviously, a disappointing way for it to end here tonight. But our congratulations to Coach Tiago Mota and the entire Ashland soccer team on a wonderful season. And that'll just about do it for us here on the Plateau. Again, tune in tomorrow night here on WACA as Ashland football hosts Brookline. For Daniel Vetstein, I'm Josh Abrams saying thanks for watching Ashland Boys Soccer on WACA. Go Clockers.